What's up, everyone? Back at 315 Squared. A little different video, only because I'm not working on one of my cars. We're actually going to be working on one of my friend's cars. He was actually the person, if you watch my intake video, the second one, he was the one behind the camera, but I don't believe he was actually in the video. So, but he just picked up a new ride not too long ago, and we're already modifying it. And little background, he's not a car person in the sense of like customizing cars all the time like I do, or a lot of my friends does. He doesn't race it, he doesn't autocross it, he doesn't take it to the drag strip. But for some reason, this car he's been wanting to modify. So he's already purchased a few things that he's going to go over. We just got the first one, or he just got the first one and dropped off yesterday. And yeah, straight to my house. So we're going to attempt to install it, but I'm going to let him tell you about that in a little bit. But first, we'll do a quick walk around of the vehicle and what we're working on. So, hello.
Hi.
This is Jarrett, by the way. He's not very camera friendly. He wants to be as much away from the camera as possible. But what are we looking at right here?
So it's a 2021 Kia Stinger GT line. I chose to go with the GT line because I mainly like the looks of the vehicle, and I wasn't, as Terry said, I'm not trying to race it and go crazy with on the track or any of that. So I didn't really need the V6. So I went with the 2.0 turbo 4-cylinder, and that's enough for me. And also allows me to get the 15 speaker stereo system and the sunroof, which you can't get on the V6 unless you jump up to the midline model, which is the GT1. So the regular GT doesn't have that. So that was important to get the speaker system and the sunroof.
Right. So for you, you're very tech friendly. You want the latest and greatest, and having the latest and best speaker system was definitely very important to you.
Yeah, I'm more about the tech than the horsepower.
So for those of you who haven't seen inside of a 2021 Stinger yet, GT, because now this is where you would explain it a little bit better to me. So does the interior of this look any different than the higher end models, or is it pretty much basically the same? The
interior, the differences on the, so there's 4 models for the 2021. You got the GT line, which is this, and then you got the GT, GT1, GT2. The GT, GT1, and GT2, they have less gloss black on the interior. So this bit here is brushed aluminum on the GT models, where I've got gloss black. Steering wheel is the same. The leather seats are pretty much the same. There's a different thread pattern in the GT models, but color-wise, it's all the same. And you can get the high-end speaker system in the GT2, the GT1, and the GT line. So just the regular GT, if all you're going for is the power, then you need to step up to the GT1 to get the stereo and the sunroof.
All right, so now another question I have for you is, you came from a Kia Optima, right, and now you stepped up to the Kia Stinger. So you've had this car for how long now? Less
than 2 months. February 7th, I think.
So your butt dyno, your ass dyno, how has the difference been handling, performance, really anything between? And what was your Optima?
It's a 2014 Optima SX, which is a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder. It does not have the turbo on it, so that I think gets 192 horsepower, I think. This 2.0 turbo makes 255 horsepower, and so you definitely feel the difference. You absolutely feel the difference between this and the Optima.
So the big reason why you are here, actually before we get into that, another thing that sets your car off a little bit, so these are the stock wheels. However, this is not how they came from the factory.
Right, so these are 18-inch wheels. The GT, GT1 and 2 come with 19-inch wheels. Same wheel design, but I've done hyper dip on the wheels. It's supposed to be piano black hyper dip. It's not as glossy as I would hope it would be, but I think it still looks pretty good.
I agree.
I also got on the wheel cap the Stinger Word logo instead of the Kia logo. So that was.
Oh, that's right. You did a lot of that in an interior too. So right.
Yeah.
So like on the
steering wheel, I've got the Stinger Word badge.
Right. So you can see that right there, Stinger Word badge.
And I even threw a GT logo on the drive mode button.
Oh, let's look at that. All right. So that's all aftermarket.
Yeah, that was my $9 sticker.
Your $9 sticker. Well, it works. So again, yeah. So the real reason that you hear is not necessarily for performance, although it is an added performance, but it's mainly for better sound to you.
Right. I'm installing a Magnaflow Cat-Back exhaust system.
So why Magnaflow? I know there's not, I guess, a ton of choices for the 4-cylinder, but I guess there are some other choices. Why the Magnaflow versus some others?
I like the Magnaflow compared. So the others are like the ARK Performance, MBRP. They don't have a boiler system for the 4-cylinder, so I was kind of limited in my options. And I like the Magnaflow because the price was better than the other ones. I like the sound. There are a lot of videos on YouTube with the sound sample, and that was nice. And that was pretty much it. I mean, price and sound. So I mean, there's like any mod, people are going to tell you, oh, you should have gone this way, you should have gone that way. But at the end of the day, it's you pick what you pick and
be happy.
With it. Yeah.
So, I'm not sure when, but we definitely did some. Well, not pulls. I mean, per se, your
launch control.
Launch control. So we did that. Before the Magnaflow was installed, and then obviously we're going to install the Magnaflow here, and then we're going to do some more just to give a difference. A, see the pants, and B, mainly the sound, see how much better it sounds. So we did some of that. We'll do some before afters, and then basically we're gonna put it in the garage, put it up on ramps, and go about installing it. The one good thing, or should be good thing about this, is that the car, like I said, is fairly new, so there's no rusty bolts to deal with or anything like that. So it should come unbolt pretty easily, and then it should go on just as easily. So, but then it's us, and things never go as planned. So I'm sure it'll be a lot. I wouldn't say a lot more difficult, but it may be a little bit more time consuming than we're initially anticipating. But yeah, so that's the plan for today, and we'll get right to it. So stay tuned. So here is the Magnaflow box that just arrived, and this is what, 1905 you said?
19405.
Oh, 19405, which
Cat-Back
is
system.
Cat-Back, yeah, for the 4-cylinder.
Yeah.
Do a little unboxing here. Ooh, I see some goodness already peeking out. Nice. Hopefully all the accessories we need, clamps and whatnot.
Nice.
Guess we'll just lay it out on the floor or wherever. Big Daddy. Is that it, or is there more?
That should be it.
That's it. So, in this system, we reuse. Actually, we don't reuse the mufflers then, correct?
No, mufflers come out. So, the resonators are up here.
Okay.
Mufflers.
So these are the mufflers that are probably taped up here.
Yep.
So if you could see under here, this is the original muffler. So you can see it's quite a big difference in size going from the stock to the Magnaflow version. So, and then, well, there's the quad tips. So do we reuse these tips, or?
The tips get reused, yeah.
So, okay, so we'll reuse these exhaust tips right there, but yeah, we'll get rid of this bulky part muffler right there on both ends. So, alright, so yeah, and then if you could see, kind of, it goes down here, and obviously it's a Cat-Back, so, well, I'll take you, let me like walk around to the driver's door. And so we should be taking it apart somewhere right around there, I believe, is where we're gonna be unbolting. So we'll yeah, Jarrett is actually gonna be the one want to get his hands dirty, so he's going to be the one underneath the car, and I'm just gonna document it for him. So obviously making it sure that it's straight and level, you know, he'll need help, but other than that, I'm just gonna set him up with some tools, and yeah, and let him go for it. So let me set up some cameras underneath the car, maybe do a little time-lapse deal, but we'll get this thing unbolted here shortly, and then start bolting on the new parts, and then we'll let you know how it goes from there. Alright. So right now he's just unbolting the cross brace. That was the first on the instructions from Magnaflow, so got that done.
Now I think so. Now I need a smaller one for this guy.
Alright, we'll figure that out. Part of the brace as well?
Oh. Yeah.
So there's 2 bolts holding the brace on then, right?
Might be
or 4.
3.
4.
Well, it might be because there's this guy here too. I don't know. We'll find out.
Alright. So
and that's an even smaller one.
We took out these bolts first, and now we're moving on to this other bolt. So there's at least 4 that we need to take out, just for the cross brace, and then there might be a 5th one too, or actually a 6th one, but I think it's holding this like little belly pan in, so I'm not sure if we have to take that one out or not. But so right now he's removing a 10mm bolt that should get a list. It's actually can't really see, but right in here there's a 10mm. So all in all, he had to remove 6 different size bolts just to get that cross brace off. So yeah, but now that we have that removed, yes or no. Alright, so yeah, so it looks like the belly pan kind of, it goes inside on each end. I might have to hold on, I'll help you. You need me to pull it down more?
No, I want you to move your hand because I don't want to cut you.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I should put gloves on.
Well,
because you need it to slide
If the
out.
Yeah, I gotta get one.
One end out.
Oh, you know what? No, if I come this way, I'll be able to get it. Oh, I'm stuck. There we go. I'm getting this motherfucker back in. Alright.
So,
Now, we need to...
yeah, so if you saw that, that was a little pain in the ass. So, so I think now we have a 19.
Yeah, it's a 19.
And that is...
Fish owner!
That's concreted on.
Son of a bitch.
You sure you're going the
Yeah, man.
right way?
Yeah, I'm going counterclockwise.
Alright. From here it looks like you're...
Lefty loosey. Well, because you're on the other side.
Yeah, from here it looks like you're tightening it.
I know I'm not.
Okay.
I need
Pry bar.
I need more leverage. Yeah.
And leverage. Alright. Camera down. Sweet.
Yeet.
So that's completely loosened, ready to go. So now we'll move on to... So we'll... per the instructions.
These guys are next.
Alright, well that... we have a lot more space to deal with.
Yeah.
So... we'll do these 2 bolts right here. 1, 2, and then there's another 2 on that side. And do we have... I don't know if he knows yet, but there's another brace here.
That stays on.
That stays on? Okay.
Well, I mean, I could take it off to make it easier, but
Alright, but this brace right here will stay on according to...
we can take it
Garrett,
off, but
so-
it'll probably be easier if we take it off.
Yeah. So, next thing what we'll do is unbolt these. And... yeah, go from there. We're spraying... Jared's spraying some soapy water on the brackets right there, just to make it a little bit easier, hopefully, to remove the mufflers. So, I think he learned this little
Chris
tech
Fix.
tip from Chris Fix on YouTube. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, which I'm sure you have, if you're car related, he has a ton of cool content on just easy fixes that you could do at home. All right, I didn't really have the camera on. Well, I didn't at all, to be honest. But you can see both mufflers are detached as well. If I get under here and that center section right there. So we got that taken care of. And then these were actually just held on right there. So they were in here, and basically we just pulled them out. Now again, this car is only 2 months old, or owned for 2 months, and it was bought brand new, so everything is relatively easy to unbolt. I mean, we had a few times where we needed a pry bar to get some leverage, but overall everything was pretty well easy to get off. Nothing was welded on like if this car was 10 years old or not. So no rust to deal with. Yeah, it was just really just getting the right leverage to loosen the bolt. So I don't know if you mentioned it before, but yeah, the tips on the exhaust, so this part right here will be reused. So no? Oh, I thought they were for some reason. Alright, well then
No, the
forget what I said.
These what the hell are they even called?
Oh, these exhaust. Yeah, so these are, alright, yeah. So if you look here, these are kind of already in the car. So yeah, it will look visually from the rear end exactly the same. You wouldn't know unless you hear it, the difference. So yeah, so with that done, so we'll install the new Magnaflow pipe there. The old one, yeah, it's coming out the car now. So if you see right here, maybe bring that new piece over, the new one. I just want to do a comparison side to side. So this is the old one that we just took off the car, and the new one right there that's in Jarrett's hands. So you could visually see the difference. We'll have to reuse these flanges right here.
Actually, we don't, because this is pipe to pipe.
Okay. So we don't, yeah, so otherwise we'd have to cut these off and re-weld them, which I don't know how to weld.
Just the gasket.
And neither does his, yeah, so.
I think the gasket's staying in there.
So, yeah, so that's the old, that's the new, and then that's the old right there, and that's the new. So, yeah, so getting the system, getting it removed, how is that for ease?
I mean, for someone who's never done it before, very easy.
So, yeah, so
Very simple.
simple. And yeah, I think we're gonna take a little break just to, you know, collect our wits and get a drink. It's like 90-something degrees here in Arizona, so it's a little toasty. And of course, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's well, at least we're in the garage and there's shade. So yeah, so once we start the process of installing it, we'll start recording again. So while we have the mufflers off, we figured, well, no better time to hear a 4-cylinder Stinger with no mufflers attached than right this minute. So yes, sir, whenever you are ready, let's hear this thing. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Nice.
Go.
We're gonna ER this exhaust on. There we go. And so whenever you're ready, just let me know and I'll help hold this thing up. How much further do we have to go?
I mean, it's right there.
Do you want me to lift it up or?
I believe it's on there.
Do you have access to the bolts or not really?
I do, yeah.
So I got it too, just in case. So it might be a little bit hard to see, but we got the first part of the exhaust on. So it's lightly loosened right there, but we did hook it up to the hangers, and now on the back end, and now Jarrett is gonna loosely hang the clamps, and then we'll start putting on the actual mufflers. Adjusting that center bracket, just trying to level the exhaust coming out the tips here. The driver's side looks fine, but I want to get these moved over just a little bit, so we're gonna try playing with that Magnaflow center bracket and see what kind of adjustment we could make there to get it the way.
Alright, so that's tight enough where it's not going to go anywhere. Do you think we still need to?
Let's take a look. I mean, yeah, let me put this down. All right. So we just tightened up these 3 bolts on each side. Just tighten it down. We already tightened these bolts right there. I think we're gonna go through the back again, just make sure those are tightened up. It's all pretty secure, so you get to see in there, and then on this side, and then there it is, the Magnaflow. Sweet. So yeah, he's just tightening up. I think, like I said, I think we're gonna go through and just tighten up the clamps near the Magnaflow part right there. But yeah, other than that, we'll do, once we get him out under the car, we'll do a startup of the new exhaust installed, and then maybe do another pull just to see the difference in sound, and really get his thoughts on how much horsepower. How much horsepower is this supposed to add?
They say 10%, so 25 horsepower.
So yeah, so 25 horsepower, which is nothing to sneeze at. So he should feel that when he's driving, but
I feel it already.
he already feels it. Feels it, the horsepower. He hasn't even gone anywhere. So, but again, yeah, he mainly bought this for the sound, not for the added horsepower, which is you know, that's an added bonus. But it was really just to, you know, get the sound a little deeper sound. So anyways, once we get him out the car and tighten, make sure everything's all tightened correctly, we'll do a startup. So stay tuned. So how did installation go? I know, so you've never installed exhausts before in your life?
No, first one.
First one. Granted, it was a new car, but from doing it just right now, well, I mean,
it's easy. I mean, the instructions are 3 steps: remove, and then install from the Cat-Back to the resonator, and then install the mufflers on the end of the resonator pipes. I mean, it's literally 3 steps, and it was simple. It was really easy.
So, I mean, really, we have it tightened up. I mean, honestly, I think the next thing to do is just turn this thing on and see what our results sound like. Yeah. Let's. I'm gonna walk around to the back here and get a little. Let me brighten this up a little bit here. Obviously, this is the first start. We still have it on the stands, the race ramp. So yeah, when you're ready, let's hear this thing. Oh, got a nice little burble. So, from what it was before till now,
It's a nice difference.
nice difference.
Throaty, rumbly. I like it.
All right. So we'll pull this thing off the race ramps. Sweet. Well, what do you say we maybe clean things up and maybe do another
launch launch.
Another launch on this. We'll actually take it for a drive too. See if you feel that extra horsepower.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Just installed the exhaust, so now we're just basically taking it on its first drive with it installed. Can you hear anything, you know, like inside the cabin much different or not really so far?
When it starts up and when I hit the gas, yeah, definitely.
But as cruising speed goes,
yeah, cruising speed, there's not
much difference.
Not any noticeable drone or anything. I'm satisfied so far.
So we just did a quick what do you call those again? Launch control. So obviously I'll show you the before and after of the exhaust. Again, there's no other mods to this car other than exhaust right now. So he did buy something else that we'll probably do in a future video that I won't disclose just yet, but that's just, we're just waiting for it to be shipped. So so yeah, this is the first mod to the car, so we're gonna take it on the highway here in a second and just kind of see if he feels any difference kind of in the horsepower that it's supposed to give you, the increase in horsepower, which is what, 20% they say?
10%
or 10%
is what they claim, so
okay.
That would be about 25 horsepower.
So we're gonna hit on the highway right now.
Sounds faster.
Well, you know, it's kind of like that theory with, you know, you add a sticker to your car that adds 5 horsepower. I mean, it's pretty much, you know, what they say about, you know, K&N filters. It adds this much horsepower, this much mile per gallon. Who knows if it really does? But you just feel like it does since you bought it. So, again, this is the first drive with it installed, so I don't know, highway and stepping on it, can you feel any difference or not really? It's too soon to tell.
I'm not going to say that I actually feel a difference right now, but I mean, you can hear it.
You can hear it, which is, again, that's the main reason, yeah, that he bought this exhaust, was really to liven up the noise, the exhaust note, if you will, of his Stinger. So again, the horsepower is just an added bonus, but it was really to get a better sound. Now I know a lot of people will be like, well, you know, it's a 4-cylinder, what, you know, what do you expect? You know, no, he wasn't expecting V8 LS sounding, but there's definitely a noticeable throatier, burbly exhaust note with this exhaust Magnaflow on there. Either way, doesn't matter. So, and you know, I could definitely hear it outside too when he was in the car starting it up. So, yeah. So all in all, relatively simple, basic hand tools. And let's see, what time do you think we started? It's like 4:10 now.
We started the actual work. It was just after 1 o'clock.
So 3 hours. Again, we took a little breaks here and there to get drinks.
Let the blood flow back down.
Yeah, the blood was rushing to his head because, you know, sitting on the ground at awkward angles, you know, he needed to get some blood flow circulating. So but yeah, I mean, overall it was a pretty easy installation, and which has me like, you know, now I'm thinking I might need to purchase an exhaust for my my Accord. But again, mine is a 2015, so mine's, you know, years older than this one, so I might need a little bit more of that PB blaster than we really probably didn't even need any on this car. The soap and water trick though from Chris Fix, you're gonna have to get over or something. Yeah, for the rubber hangers, that worked very well. So I definitely recommend that if you guys are removing or putting on the that using the hangers. I'm putting on the just straight on the for the exhaust. That helps slide it on and slide it off very easily. So definitely recommend soap and water. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will be uploading another one here shortly, so stay tuned.